Hi, I'm Jeff Beard from the Embedded Vision Alliance. I'm here at CES 2014 in Las Vegas in the ARM booth with Phill Smith from ARM. Hi, Phill. So what have you got to demo for us today?
Today I'd like to show you the XBMC user interface being controlled using gesture, implemented using the eyesight gesture recognition engine.
And what is XBMC?
XBMC is an open source user interface targeted really to deliver media content to set-top boxes and TV type environments.
Great, so can you show us how it works?
Alright. So currently the demonstration is running on an Armdale development board, looks like this, and this contains the Samsung Exynos Dual chip. Inside that chipset you'll find a quad-core implementation of Mali T604 GPU, which is capable of OpenCL, which is where the gesture recognition engine is currently being run. It's also got a dual-core Cortex A15 processor, and that's not so heavily used for this particular demonstration. The board is connected via USB to the standard Logitech webcam at the top of the screen, and HDMI to the TV screen. So by raising my hand, instantly detect where my hand is, and up in the top left of the screen, for demonstration purposes, we can show the status of my hand. Currently it says palm detected, and then fist detected. So very quick responses there. Again, if I put my hand down, no detection, and quickly detects my hand is in the scene. So I can now select an area of the user interface, click, and open. So we're now in the XBMC user interface, which is running on the GPU using OpenGL ES2, and you can see the user interface is very fluid and smooth, and there's quite a lot going on here, many layers of composited graphics. So we have the background, we have alpha blending, and text overlaid on the top. So at the same time, OpenCL is being used constantly for the gesture recognition. And in fact, if I wave my hand, it will detect that gesture and exit back to the previous screen. Click to open, as long as I can keep still. And then wave to exit. So the gestures are very accurately detected. Now, on the screen next door, we have the same gesture recognition engine running, and it's on the Armdale development board, but in this instance we have replaced the webcam with a low quality video, and this was shot in very dark conditions. As you can see, there's a lot of noise in the background, and at the top it indicates whether the demonstration is running on the CPU or on the GPU, and the performance that we're running at. So it's now about to start running on the GPU at a very high frame rate, detections per second, and it's easily able to detect the hand and track it. So with that performance overhead, we're able to improve precision, and in fact the whole demonstration can be controlled just with a single finger from a long distance away. We're now running on the CPU with a low light filter applied and only achieving a relatively low detections per second, 7 or 8 detections per second. And yes, it can detect the hand, but it really struggles to track gesture control. And again, we're back here to the GPU implementation, showing the high performance of it. If we use purely CPU, it is unable to detect the hands, and there's absolutely no chance of gesture recognition and tracking. So the GPU really does enable this use case, which just wouldn't be possible on traditional CPU methods.
And the OpenCL programming model simplifies the process of moving those algorithms over to the GPU.
Absolutely. OpenCL is a perfect technology for image processing type use cases. So here we have a video feed or a camera input, and processing that in a parallel type fashion can really be accelerated using OpenCL. And although here we see it set up for a home entertainment system being controlled. It could be used for many, many other purposes. In fact, today at CES we've heard use cases from perhaps lamppost recognition or signposts to help automotive systems, lane control, so you don't drift into different lanes, and really the use cases are only limited by our imagination.
Very cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the demo.
Thank you, anytime.